What if the choices of those who came before us held us back, shaping our lives in ways we could never escape? In a world where the sins of our ancestors cling to us like unseen chains, blocking our path to success, love, and happiness, how do we find the strength to break free? This is the story of Ama, a strikingly beautiful woman, trapped by her grandmother's past and forced to fight for a future that was never truly her own. In the quiet village of Toga, nestled deep within the forests of West Africa, there was a legend passed down through generations. It was said that no daughter of the Aduwa lineage would ever find peace until an ancient debt was repaid. Meet Ama, the 32-year-old granddaughter of the once powerful village matriarch who was burdened by this legacy. Ama was strikingly beautiful, the kind that turned heads and silenced rooms. Her skin glistened like the early morning dew, and her eyes sparkled with a wisdom that seemed to hold the secrets of the world. Yet, despite her beauty and grace, there was a shadow that followed her everywhere. In the city, where she had moved in hopes of escaping her village's whispers, she was admired, but never loved. Suitors came and went, but none stayed, each fleeing inexplicably, as though an unseen force drove them away. Amma knew the reason, though she dared not speak it. Her grandmother, Esi Aduwa, had been a powerful woman in her time. Beautiful, influential, and cunning, she was feared and revered in equal measure. Esi had been initiated into the Omenaku, a secret cult older than the village itself, said to wield powers over life, death, and fate. It was a pact sealed in blood, a pact that demanded a price. But Esi, blinded by ambition, had refused to pay the final toll when her time came, leaving the burden to fall upon her bloodline. Amma grew up hearing the village elders speak in hushed tones of her grandmother's betrayal. They believed that until Esi's debt was paid, the Aduwa women would never know true love, happiness, or freedom. And so, despite her beauty, Amma remained alone, cursed by a fate she did not choose. One evening, while Amma sat in her modest city apartment, she received a letter from her mother. It was simple, yet chilling. "It is time. Come home." Amma had always known this day would come. Her mother had spoken of it cryptically over the years, warning her that the sins of the past could not be ignored forever. Reluctantly, she packed her bags and made the journey back to Toga, the place she had spent years trying to forget. Upon arriving, Amma was met by her mother at the village entrance. The air was thick with tension, and the villagers watched her with wary eyes. Her mother led her to the Aduwa ancestral home, a crumbling structure filled with memories of a time long gone. Inside, Amma found an old box, locked and covered in dust. Her mother handed her the key with trembling hands. "It's your time, my daughter. The truth lies within." As Amma unlocked the box, she discovered a collection of aged scrolls, detailing the history of the Omenaku cult. Among them was a small, intricately carved talisman, a symbol of the pact her grandmother had made. Amma learned that to break the curse, she would have to complete the initiation her grandmother had abandoned. It required her to enter the sacred forest at midnight and face the Omenaku spirits, offering them her soul as penance. Amma was terrified, but something deep inside her stirred, a sense of duty, of vengeance perhaps. She would not let her life be ruled by the sins of her ancestors. That night, she dressed in a white garment, the traditional attire for those seeking redemption, and made her way to the forest. The forest was alive with the sounds of night creatures, but as Amma ventured deeper, a haunting silence fell around her. She reached a clearing where a large, ancient tree stood, its roots twisted like serpents. Before her appeared the spirits of the Omenaku, cloaked in shadows, their eyes burning with a cold fire. You have come to pay the debt, one of them hissed, its voice echoing in the darkness. But it is not your soul we seek, it is hers. Amma was confused. Hers? My grandmother's? The spirits laughed. Ho, 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 ho. Chilling sound that sent shivers down her spine. No, foolish girl. Your mother. She was the one destined to pay. Your grandmother gave her to us, but she fled. Now you, the daughter, must decide. Amma's heart sank. Her mother had known all along. The pain of betrayal washed over her, but then a spark of resolve ignited within her. She would not let this curse continue. I refuse, she said, her voice steady but defiant. I will not sacrifice my mother, nor will I give you my soul. The debt ends here. The spirits howled in fury, their forms growing larger, more menacing. But Amma stood her ground. She reached for the talisman in her pocket and held it high. The talisman began to glow, emitting a light so pure and bright that the spirits recoiled. This is the symbol of your power, is it not? Amma shouted. It holds your curse, but it also holds the key to your defeat. With a final surge of courage, Amma threw the talisman to the ground, shattering it into pieces. The spirits shrieked as their forms dissolved into the night, their curse broken at last. Amma returned to the village the next morning, exhausted but victorious. Her mother, who had been waiting anxiously, embraced her with tears in her eyes. Amma had freed her family from the ancient curse, and though the road ahead would still be difficult, she knew she had reclaimed her life. For the first time in years, Amma felt a sense of peace. The village elders, once suspicious of her lineage, now welcomed her with open arms. The whispers of the past faded, and soon suitors returned, not out of pity, but because they saw her for the strong, resilient woman she had become. Amma would never forget the sacrifice her grandmother had made, nor the betrayal of her mother, but she had learned the most important lesson of all. I wish I knew could only ever be uttered in regret, and Amma had chosen, against all odds, to break free from that regret forever. The legend of the Aduwa women ended with Amma, and her story, though terrifying and tragic, became one of redemption and triumph. After breaking free from the curse, Amma found happiness. She eventually married a kind man who saw not only her beauty, but the strength she carried within. Together, they had 2 children, and Amma moved back to the city, where her once lonely existence was now filled with love and laughter. The shadow of her family's past no longer hung over her, and she embraced a life of peace, knowing that she had rewritten her destiny. Moral of the story, I wish I knew, is that we have the power to break free from the burdens of the past and the mistakes of those who came before us. Amma's journey teaches us that while we may inherit challenges or curses from our ancestors, we can choose our own path through courage, resilience, and determination. By refusing to continue the cycle of sacrifice and suffering, Amma not only frees herself, but also secures a brighter future for her family. The story also highlights the importance of confronting difficult truths and taking responsibility for shaping one's destiny, rather than allowing past regrets to define the future. Thank you for watching. I am Madu Black, and this is Africa Folktales and Legends. If you enjoyed the story, I wish I knew, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll know right away when I drop more amazing stories full of wisdom, love, and lessons. I really appreciate all your support. It means a whole lot to me. See you in the next video. Bye. Have you seen the latest drama on my channel?
Do you
Call Me
girls know
Cleo
that
is a gripping
people do
tale of
change because of
love,
money? This
ambition,
thing
and
that you want to
betrayal.
do,
A
right?
young graduate's path to success is
Make
paved by
make
the
more work
silent
for you. So why did
sacrifice
you
of
start
his
this
loyal
cybernetic?
girlfriend, who gives up everything to support him.
Just like that.
But just as he's
Is
about to
she mad?
rise, betrayal lurks ahead.
Job of about ₦1,000,000, a house and a car too.
Enter Cleopatra, wealthy, powerful, and ready to give him the life he's always dreamed of, at a cost, to be hers and hers alone. His girlfriend, the one who sacrificed everything, is now introduced as the sister from the village. Will love conquer all, or will the allure of power destroy everything? Watch Call Me Cleo now on the Africa Folktales and Legends playlist, and let me know in the comments whose side you're on, Team Cleo or Team Girlfriend. The best comment in the section gets to request any story title of his or her choice to be shared in the channel. Don't forget to mention where you are watching from. See you in the comments section. Bye.
Having sex. So many videos in my custody. Some of them are even in the custody of my best friends. Just give me a minute. Madam Crew, you can check your WhatsApp. That is just one video out of so many other videos I have in my custody.
What?